Hi class, in this video we're finding the volume of prisms and cylinders. A key idea is to think of a prism or a cylinder as a stack, such as a stack of pancakes or a stack of CD cases or a stack of $100 bills. So in the case of the pancakes, so one pancake is circular. Okay, so this would be a cylinder. And to find the volume, we would find the area of one pancake multiplied by the height of the stack of the pancakes. So the volume would be this capital B, which would be the area of a pancake multiplied by the height. Similarly for the CD case, whereas this is a prism because it has straight edges, so both of these are prisms. And in these we would find the area of one CD case multiplied by the height at which it happens. The area of one $100 bill multiplied by the height at which that happens. And this gives the volume or the amount of stuff in that object. Okay, so to find the volume of a prism, we're multiplying the area of the base and the height of the prism. So the area of the base is that capital B multiplied by the height. Okay, so what's the volume of the prism to the right? Okay, so we're going to find the area of that rectangular bottom. So that's 24 times 20. So that base is 24 times 20, which equals 480. And then the whole volume will be that capital B times the height. So it's 480 multiplied by 10. So that's 4,800. And that's, now since it's volume, it's cubic centimeters. 4,800 cubic centimeters. This problem is called a rectangular prism because the bottom is a rectangle. So we could think of it as a stack of rectangles going up like that. So go ahead and calculate the volume of this shape. This problem is a little bit tougher to figure out, but the key here is to think that we are having a stack of these triangles. So we're going to calculate the area of one triangle multiplied by the height at which that happens. So we cannot think of it as that bottom rectangle because it's not a stack of the exact same congruent rectangles. It's actually a stack of triangles, so it has to be stacked that way. Okay, so we want to find that area of the triangle. That's why it's called a triangular prism. So the dimensions of this are 8 by 8 by 8. Okay, so we're finding the area of the triangle, and in order to do that we would have to calculate the height of this. So if I break this triangle into a half right there, then that'll be half of the 8, so that's 4, and this is 8 here, so we're looking for that height, and we could do that with the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So we have 4 squared plus the unknown b squared is 8 squared. So solving that, 4 times 4 is 16, plus b squared is 64. Subtracting 16 to both sides, we'll get b squared equals 64 minus 16, so that's 48. Then square rooting both sides, we'll get that b value is 6.9. Okay, so that's the height of the triangle is 6.9. So calculating the area of that triangle, so the area is 1/2 base times height. So that's 1/2 times the whole base of 8 times the height that we just calculated, 6.9. So typing that into the calculator, we get 27.6 for that area of that bottom. So the whole volume will be that cross section multiplied by the stack of it happening. So that's 27.6 multiplied by the height of 10. That's that 10 right there. So multiplying those, we'll get 276 cubic inches of volume. So what's the volume of this triangular prism to the right? So go ahead and calculate it. So this problem is more like our pancake problem, where we're finding a stack of pancakes for the cylinder. So the cylinder has a circular cross section. So the area of a circle is pi r squared, and that's the key idea to figuring out these. So we're finding this volume is the area of that circle, pi r squared, multiplied by the height at which it happens. So our whole formula is pi r squared h for the volume. So calculating that volume, we'll get pi multiplied by the radius of that top circle, which is 3, so times 3 squared, times the height that it happens, which is 8. So multiplying that together, we'll get 226.2 cubic centimeters. So here's a problem we have to solve. A lab tech made a 14 centimeter diameter hole through the middle of a cylinder that has a diameter of 20 centimeters and a height of 18 centimeters. What's the approximate volume of the finished cylinder? Okay, so explaining what's happening here, we're making this hole here in the middle. So we're looking for this outer volume right there. So coming up with a plan for this, we want to find the volume. So our final volume will equal the whole cylinder minus the hole that we're cutting out. Okay, so finding the volume of the cylinder, of the entire part, the outer diameter is 20. Now diameter is going to be this entire distance across here. So we really just want the radius, which is going to have a radius of 10. So we have to be careful to read that. Alright, so a cylinder volume, the formula for that, pi r squared. Okay, so we're going to do that calculation for the cylinder and the hole, and then subtract that. So for the cylinder, it's going to be pi, and the outer radius is 10, so times 10 squared times a height of 18. But then for the hole, we're going to take away pi, the radius of the hole. Well, the whole diameter is 14, so the radius is going to be half of that, 7. So it'll be times 7 squared times the same height of 18. Okay, so doing that calculation, the problem rounds to 2,884 cubic centimeters.